Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. This is Rohit. Friends, in today's video we are going to talk about how to send a text SMS over the phone using SMS Manager class in Android application. So in this video, first of all we are going to understand SMS Manager class. Then we will see what type of messages we will be able to send through our application. Then we are going to discuss the actual method that we are going to use for sending text message, what different parameters it has. Then we are going to discuss the concept of pending intent as well. And at last of this video, practically we will try to understand how we can create an application in Android Studio which will be able to send an SMS over this specific phone number and with specific text message. So let's start the video by understanding what is SMS Manager class and why we require it in Android. So friends, here SMS Manager class manages the operations like sending the text message, sending the data message, or sending the multimedia message, that is MMS. So there are three types of messages that we will be able to send with help of SMS Manager class. First type is text message, second type is multimedia message, and third type is data message. Now text message can be sent with help of send text message method, which is provided by SMS Manager class. Multimedia messages can be sent with help of send multimedia message method, and data message can be sent with help of send data message method. Now in today's video we are going to discuss how we can send text message. That's why we will try to understand now what is syntax of send text message method, what parameters it require, and what is meaning of each parameter. So let's see the syntax of send text message. Now as we learn now, this method we will use for sending the text message, and this method requires 5 number of parameters. So first parameter is destination address, second parameter is service center address, third parameter is text message, fourth parameter is sent intent, and fifth parameter is delivery intent. Now let's try to understand what does each of these parameter mean. So first parameter we have destination address. Now this parameter specifies the address to which we want to send our message. So this is basically specifying the mobile number to which we want to send text message. Second parameter we have service center address. Now what is service center? First of all we will try to understand. Now here the short message service center is the portion of mobile phone network. And what is job of this? So it basically handles the text message operation like sending text, receiving text. So it is responsible for sending, receiving, storing, routing, and forwarding SMS messages from the mobile handset. So it is also referred as short message service center, that is SMSSC. So here the service center address we may specify, or it may be null. So if we specify null over here, then it will use the default SMS center address. So this is the second parameter. So we are going to specify it null, so it will take the default SMS center address. Then third parameter we have text message. So this is the body of message that we want to send to the destination address. So this is basically our SMS text message. Then fourth parameter we have sent intent. Now if the sent intent is not null, then this pending intent is broadcast when the message will be successfully sent or it is failed. So if your message successfully sent, then this pending intent is broadcasted, or if it is failed, then also it will get broadcast. So this is the fourth parameter. Now we are going to discuss about what is this pending intent and why we require them. Okay. Now if message sent successfully, then the result code will be activity dot result OK. And if it get failed, then the result code may be system error, modem error, network error, or encoding error. There are so many erroring codes available. I have just taken these few examples over here to understand what will be code whenever this sending SMS will get fail. So understand here, if it send message successfully, then the code will be result OK. Otherwise, such kind of code you may get. So you will be able to compare these codes, and based on that you may display certain feedback to user that message is sent or message is failed, whatever. Okay. So to give feedback to the user, you can compare these codes. So list of codes is available. So these codes can be used for giving feedback to the user whether SMS has sent successfully or it has failed. Okay, this is the fourth parameter we have. Now last parameter we have delivery intent. Now if this delivery intent is not null, then this pending intent is broadcast when the message is delivered to the user or to the receiver. Okay, these are the 5 parameters that we need to specify while using this send text message method. So destination address, service center address, text, send intent, and delivery intent. Now here, as we discuss pending intent, now what is this pending intent and why we require this? So let's try to understand them. So pending intent is a token that we give to the foreign application, and what your foreign application will be. So it may be notification manager, it may be alarm manager, or it may be any other third party application. So friends, here with help of pending intent token, the foreign applications will use our application's permission for executing a predefined piece of code or for executing a predefined block of code. This is basically the purpose of pending intent. Now let's try to understand the difference between intent and pending intent. So if we give foreign application an intent, then it will execute only our intent with its own permission. It will not use our application permission. Instead of that, it will use its own permission for executing our intent that we have given. But if we give the foreign application a pending intent, then that application will execute that intent with help of our application permission. That is basically difference between intent and pending intent. Now let's try to understand why we require pending intent. So these questions can be asked in order to understand why pending intent is required. So first question is, why the receiving application, why the third party application itself cannot create intent? And second question can be asked, why we cannot use simple intent for the same purpose? Now to answer these both questions, let's try to understand this example. So intent and name of our object is Bluetooth intent, and with parameter Bluetooth adapter dot action request enable. Now this intent is used for enabling the Bluetooth. Now friends, understand here, if we send Bluetooth intent to another application which doesn't have permission for enabling Bluetooth, like Android permission Bluetooth admin, then that receiving application cannot enable Bluetooth with help of start activity and our intent object. Okay, this is the limitation actually. because you are giving this intent to another application which doesn't have permission for enabling the Bluetooth. That is, it doesn't have permission Bluetooth admin, which is specified within the Android manifest file. So that another application do not have permission Bluetooth admin specified within the Android manifest file. That's why even if you have given this intent to that application, but because it doesn't have permission, it cannot enable Bluetooth. And this is what the limitation with the intent. So even if you give intent to another application, third party application, but if that application do not have permission, then it cannot use that intent for performing specific tasks. This is what the limitation with the intent. Now this limitation, this drawback, this downside is overcome with help of pending intent. Now what will happen with the pending intent? So with pending intent, the receiving application doesn't need to have the permission. Which permission? Bluetooth admin for enabling the Bluetooth. So even if your receiving application will not have this permission, then also it will be able to enable the Bluetooth with help of pending intent. So I think this example has cleared the purpose of pending intent as well as what is difference between intent and pending intent. Now let's try to see the syntax how to create pending intent. So there is a method called getActivity provided by pending intent, and this getActivity method requires 4 parameters. First one is the context, second one is the request code, third one is the object of intent, and last one is flags. Now let's try to understand these parameters one by one, what each of these parameter mean. Now first parameter we have context. Now this context is actually defining the context in which the pending intent should start the activity. Second parameter we have request code. So request code for sender. Then third parameter we have intent. Now this is specifying the intent of activity that is to be launched. Then fourth parameter we have flags. Now these flags can be used for controlling the unspecified part of intent, and that can be supplied whenever actual send will happen. So its value can be 0 or its value can be combination of different flags. So here we have included certain example of flags. So you may use any of these flags or you can simply specify value 0. So these are the 4 parameters that you can use with the getActivity. Okay. Now let's try to see the example how to create pending intent. Now in order to create pending intent, first of all you have to create intent. This is the most important point, friends. In order to create the pending intent, you need to create intent first of all. But vice versa, in order to create intent, we do not require to create pending intent. So here as we want to create pending intent, first of all here we are creating intent. So intent, name of object is my intent, new intent, and we are specifying the current context, then the activity. Now here we are specifying the pending intent. So pending intent and our object is my PI, that is my pending intent, is equal to pending intent dot get activity. And you can see here we are specifying 4 parameters here. First one is the current context, second one is request code to the sender, third one is the object of intent, and fourth one is the flag value. So here this is how we are creating the pending intent. Okay, so this is what the concept of pending intent we have. Now here let's try to understand now example how we will be able to create the code which will send SMS. Now first of all we are going to create the object of SMS manager. So here our object name is my SMS manager is equal to SMS manager dot get default. Okay, this is the first statement. Now in this second statement, we are calling the send text message method using our SMS manager object. Now, first parameter, as we discussed, this is the mobile number to which we want to send the SMS. Second parameter, we have service center address. So to take it by default, we have specified null over here. Third parameter is the actual message that we want to send. Then fourth parameter is the pending intent, and fifth parameter is delivery intent. So this is how we are using SMS manager for sending SMS using send text message method. Now let's try to discuss the permissions that we will require to set within the manifest file in order to send the text message. So here we can specify the send SMS and receive SMS permissions within the manifest file. Okay, so these two permissions you can specify within your manifest file. Now let's try to talk about GUI. What example we are going to discuss in Android Studio. So in our GUI, we will have two edit text. First edit text will be used for entering the mobile number to which we want to send the SMS. Second edit text will be used for entering the text message that we want to send. And there will be one button, send message. So whenever user will click on this send message, the SMS will be sent to the mobile number whichever specified here. Okay, this is what the GUI we are going to discuss. Now friends, I will take you to the Android Studio where I have created one project, SMS demo. Now we got these two files over here, activity main and main activity.java. Now first of all, in the design view, we will try to create the GUI. So I will take this hello world to the top of screen and I will change its text to send SMS demo, and we are going to change its size. Now next to this, now here I will try to add first edit text and we will set its constraints. Now next to this, one more edit text we will add here. Now we will set its constraints as well. Now friends, for this we are going to remove the text. In the same way, for this second edit text, we will remove this by default text. And here we will set the hint. So hint will be mobile number. Then for this second edit text, hint will be message. Okay, now next to this, we are going to add one button here. Now we will set constraints for this button. And we are going to change its text. So here we will change it to send SMS, like this. Now friends, here our GUI is completed, and now I will take you to the Java file where we are going to write actual logic. Now first of all, here I will create the objects. So we have two edit text available. So edit text T1 comma T2. Then we have one button available, so it will be B1, and we will import this button class. So after creating objects, we will fetch reference for these two edit text and for button. So before that, I will modify the ID of this edit text. So first one will be ET1, and this second one will be ET2. This is just for my convenience. You can keep it by default as well. Okay. Now here we are going to fetch the reference from XML file. So let's say T1 is equal to edit text find view by ID r.id.et1. Now in the same way, for second edit text we will write T2 is equal to edit text find view by ID r.id.et2, and then for button we will write B1 is equal to button find view by ID r.id.button. Now friends, after fetching the reference, we will try to specify the event handling code over here for our button. So let's try to specify event handling code here, and we will write here b1 dot set on click listener new view on click listener, and we will get the on click method default over here, and within this method we are going to write logic for sending SMS. So first of all, here we will try to retrieve the value of mobile number and message that user is going to enter within the edit text. So let's try to fetch the value of mobile number and text message. So we will create one variable here. So let's say string mobile number is equal to, so our first edit text is T1 dot get text method we will use to retrieve the text of this T1, and we will convert it to string using toString method. So this is how we have retrieved the mobile number over here within mobile number variable. Now another string variable we will specify here, message text. So here we will write T2 dot get text dot toString. Okay. Now this is how we have fetched the value of mobile number and text message. Now friends, next to this we are going to create the intent and pending intent over here. So let's first of all create one intent. So as we discussed, in order to create the pending intent, first of all we need to create the intent. So here we will write intent and object of intent will be my intent is equal to new intent, and here we will specify the current context in which we are working using the get application context method, and here we will specify the activity name dot class. Okay, so this is how we have created the intent over here. Now let's try to create the pending intent over here. Pending intent, and in order to create pending intent we will write here pending intent my pi, that is my pending intent, is equal to pending intent dot get activity, and here we need to specify four number of parameters. First one is the context in which we are working, second one is the request code for user, third one is the object of intent, and last one is flag. So we will specify the context using get application context method. Second one, request code, will be 0 over here. Third parameter will be the object of intent, so we have created object my intent, and last one flag, so here flag will be 0. So this is how we have created the pending intent over here. Now let's try to create the instance of SMS manager, and we will call the send text message method using the object of SMS manager. Okay, so here create the instance of SMS manager, and how we are going to create this. So we will write here SMS manager my SMS manager, any name you may specify, is equal to SMS manager dot get default. Now next to this we are going to call send text message, call send text message method. So here we will write our object name my SMS manager dot send text message, and this method requires 5 number of parameters as we discussed in the theory: destination address, service center address, text message, send intent, and delivery intent. So let's try to specify them one by one. Now our mobile number is available within variable mobile number. This is first parameter. Second one, the service center address, so it will be null. So if we specify null value over here, so it will take the default service center address. Now next to that we have our text message. So in message variable, message text variable, we have stored our text message. Then next to that we have the pending intent, that is send intent. So our object is my pi, and at last the delivery intent, so it will be null. So this is how we have specified the send text message with my SMS manager object. Now let's try to create one toast which will tell user regarding message has sent successfully. So here we will create toast message. So I will use toast, and here we will specify message, your message has sent, and I am going to change the duration. Instead of short I will make it long, like this. So friends, this is what the logic we have for sending SMS. Now next to this we will try to set the permission within the Android manifest file. So here I will open the manifest file, and now within this file, before application tag, we will try to add uses permission, and here you can see we have send SMS permission. Now another permission we will specify here, usage permission, and we will also specify receive SMS permission. Okay, so these two permissions we have specified for our application. Friends, I have connected my mobile phone and now we will try to run our app. Now here the build process has started. And now it is installing application. So here we will tab on install. So friends, here we have received this GUI. So before demonstrating how SMS will be sent, so let's try to change the permission. So I will go to the app info and here I am going to app permission, and here you need to enable this SMS. Okay, so we have enabled now. Again we will run our app and here we will enter one mobile number and we will enter one message. Hello, how are you? Okay, this message we have entered, and now I will tab on send SMS, and now you can see it has shown message, your message has sent. And now if I go to messages, you can see here the message has sent. Okay, so this is how we will be able to send text message with help of SMS Manager in Android application. So friends, if you find this video useful, please like and share this video. I will see you in next video. Thank you for watching.